It's Monday the 24th of April, and today is my 33rd birthday. When I was growing up, my parents didn't buy the high sugar content cereal. They didn't believe in it, so we had the real boring cardboardy stuff. The one exception was my birthday. So my mother used to say, once a year you can eat whatever cereal you want. So once a year I would sit down and eat Froot Loops. Now it's turned into a bit of a tradition that every birthday I have a box of Froot Loops and finish it off within the day. That's how I get started. That smell is the smell of birthdays. I know music is a real personal taste kind of thing, which is why I don't normally talk about it on this vlog. But I've been listening to the new Flatliners album, Inviting Light. And if you're a fan of the Flatliners or this type of music, you should absolutely check it out. This album is just amazing. I've listened to it for the last 2 weeks straight, and I keep finding new best things or the new best parts in the album. It's just so good, and to be going 2 weeks solid and still be enjoying it and still be discovering things. They've done such a fantastic job on this. So if you enjoy them or this genre of music, I'd absolutely suggest checking out this album. I'm out and about this morning. I've got to go to some panel beaters to get some work done on my car. When the car was transported here, where are my flip-flops? When the car was transported here from Adelaide, there was some damage done to it. And because this is all, I presume because this is all public servant stuff, the process is taking a while to pass through the system. So where I'm up to at the moment is I need to get a couple of quotes on the repair costs for the car. I'm like 99% sure I had flip-flops somewhere. I need to get some repair costs on the for the car. And it feels like all of the panel beaters that I go to are very reluctant to give me a quote. I'm not quite sure why. So the last place that I went to, they've just dragged their feet, and I've given up now. I'm gonna go literally take my money somewhere else, which is just really strange business practice. I mean, surely if you're a business and someone wants a quote from you, you do whatever you can to get them that quote because that's money in your pocket. Yet I've read reviews on this company and they are notoriously bad for quotes. Seems a bit strange. But anyway, that's where I'm heading off today. As soon as I find my damn flip-flops. Got back from the panel beater earlier with 2 new quotes. So that means I've got enough now to move forward with fixing the damage on that car. Since then, I've come home and I've had the belt sander going over the surface. So I've got this up to 120 grit on the belt. And then I've just noticed a couple more spots that I didn't get to with epoxy. So I'm filling those now. As soon as those dry, I'll go over it again with the belt, and then we're on to the random orbit sander. Are you as excited as I am? Hey, this is the new satellite hardware. Well, this is just the box. The satellite itself is actually on the roof already. So now I can get this all set up. I've spent most of my life growing up with cables. If it was audio or computers, basically any type of electrical connection, I knew what was going on. But satellites and satellite TV is basically an enigma to me. So when I see at the back of the satellite, or at the back of the box, it's got 3 inputs over here. One goes to the TV aerial, and the other one goes to the Foxtel wall plate. I'm kind of crossing fingers here and hoping for the best. Okay. That should all be correct. Let's plug it in. That's a good start at least. Alright, the Bluetooth remote is paired. That's a jump in technology from what I'm used to. Let's just put it onto HDMI. Oh. Okay, Now I've got a call to activate. Alright, I'm gonna need this. Well, unless I'm missing something, I can only assume that the satellite that I've seen on the roof is not working, because I just assumed if there's a satellite up there and there's new modern TV connections in the wall, then clearly the satellite should be working, but the box, which I've just activated, is just not picking it up. So I don't know, maybe the activation takes a while. Hey, I'm gonna have to give my landlord a call. Been working on the slabs a bit more because the whole Foxtel thing just turned into a disaster. Today I learned that just because there's a satellite on the roof doesn't necessarily mean that one of the wall plugs in the house is Foxtel. So apparently the wall plug's actually got to say Foxtel on it for it to be the satellite connection, because that's the company who runs it. So basically I have a satellite on the roof and I don't know if that cable comes down into the house, and the only way to deal with this is to get Foxtel out to install it. So I'm at the point now where I've got to get permission from my landlord, which shouldn't be a problem, but it's going to probably be a couple of weeks now. But anyway, it could be worse. Luso, sit, stay, stay. This is what we do when I get the bins. Stay. Luso, stay. We live in a pretty quiet road, but still don't like the idea of her running out. Stay. Good girl. Good doggo. Okay, come on, inside, let's go. Good girl, well done.